Well, he did mention the talks and how dialogue is one way to achieve a peaceful way to start the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. But he also was very firm on North Korea, saying that he'd continue to adopt a two-track policy, that on top of the dialogue, that he'd also not ease up on the sanctions and the maximum pressure and sanctions policy that the United States, South Korea, and Japan have in place currently in terms of North Korea. Here's what he had to say in his address.
The denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula the two Koreas agreed upon jointly is our basic stance that will never be given up.
Another point that South Korean President Moon Jae-in seemed to really emphasize in his speech, as he has in his previous speeches as president, is saying that a war can't break out again on the Korean Peninsula. Now, this does seem to be in reference not only to North Korea, but also the United States, who have kind of tossed up the idea that perhaps a initial preemptive strike could serve as a warning or could be a way to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula. But South Korean President Moon Jae-in here is saying that another war is not possible here in South Korea and the Korean Peninsula.
Joseph, how do the people in South Korea view the president and his ability to negotiate with the North?
Well, there was local surveys that were done before the inter-Korean talks on Tuesday. And what the surveys did say, many were in favor of South Korean President Moon Jae-in and Kim Jong Un perhaps having a summit, but that these dialogues should happen. That's what a lot of people had responded to, as well as North Korea's participation in the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. Close to 80% of respondents said that they wanted North Korea to be there in order to make sure that Pyeongchang was safe and that security was not an issue. So in terms of what's happening currently between North and South Korea, it does seem that his policies are very favorable in the South Korean public. But if we do look at other aspects, such as the economy or the recent comfort women issue, we do know that that is likely going to hurt him in at least the short term, as it did yield some means that the South Korean public have been opposed to.
Okay, Joseph, good to speak to you. Joseph Kim, our reporter there in Seoul.